I'm here at the NAS, and we've got structure has been tagged, going to the 4 hour. Let's just bring it, zoom it out a bit. You can see what we got here. Let's zoom it out again. Let's go to the daily. Zoom it in. Alright, so we've got a resistance price rejected strongly there, but this was weeks ago. Doesn't matter, it still counts. We have a price. This is a support. There was the resistance. There was the support. There's very strong breakout there. It's done a nice ABC, but it didn't go, which I thought possibly it would do a length equal to this, but it didn't. So you could have an A, B, that's the B leg, and this is the C leg that is still in the making. So it could break lower. To break this low, it has already actually broken the low. We zoom in. So that has taken place, but it could get lower. But what I'm going to do is I want to jump in here, because we've had a reaction at this price, at this structure. It's broken that low. We go into the 15, and we've got quite a strong pump off of this structure. We've got it pull back. Go to the 5 minute. We've got the pullback already. We could be having this could be an impulse, this could be an A leg, a B leg. We could get a C leg that develops in here. Now, so everything is fractal in this business. If you got the same patterns going on in the 5 minute as you would have in the 4 hour daily, it's all the same thing. But I'm thinking of jumping in here. It might go low and tag this, then I'll get in again. So let's just go to the one-click trading. What do we got? We got a half a contract. Okay, let's buy this. Okay, we put the first buy in, and let's see what develops. Like I say, we could have a C leg on this 5 minutes chart develop here, a C leg develop down here to break this low. Then we'll put another half a contract and we'll build a position. Keep an eye on it. Alright, great. Let's see what happens. Come back a little later on. Okay, let's talk game plan here. What are we doing here actually? Let's go out to the 4 hour. So we've put that trade in just to dip our feet into the water, because this is what we're planning. We've got a strong impulse here. This NAS is on an uptrend, this whole section here. We just have reached a big retracement, a big pullback which needs to happen on a bull move this size. So, which is good. The better the retracement, the bigger the retracement, the better price you're going to get when you want to go in, if you're going to be a buyer, which in this case I'm looking to buy. So we got this. Let's go to this leg, this pump, this impulse. Let's fib this thing. Look, we're on 61.8. That's your golden ratio. Now we got what we call strength of signal. So you got to have a number of confluences that add up to give you the strength of signal. And your point of interest is here because we've got structure. And we're also trading these waves. So there's an impulse. That is a correction. Let's call that the A leg. There's the B leg. It never broke that high. It never certainly got up to there. So it turned again, rejected off that support, that resistance. You cannot tell me support and resistance doesn't work. I mean, you look at all over the charts. They work. So we're combining now S and R at support and resistance with a fib retracement of this impulse and a pattern we call an ABC retracement. So that is the game plan here. The possibly get it to come off this support, which was resistance, broken through, like I said there. It's rejected off there, so that's played out as a support. It's come back to it, just broke the low. Breaking little lows, making more lows, it's always a good thing when you break a previous low, that one there. Let's go to the 1 hour. You mustn't think that when it breaks a low that's a breakout to take off lower. It just breaks the low to hunt stops, as some of the guys say. Alright, whether that be the case or not, it's just a pattern that happens. It breaks a low, a previous low, which would be the immediate previous low, the first one. There it is. It's even broken that one there. It's shown a good bull candle on the 1 hour. So it's showing some action here. We have already put in a trade. It's a small trade just to get the ball rolling. Nothing's happened yet. Phone is beeping here. Let's just switch this puppy off. So, here we go. Let's see what develops. But that's the game plan. With the 4 hour chart, daily is telling us the same story. So this is your bull run. It's gone on for a couple of weeks. It's actually gone on since early January. So this is since the new year started. This is the whole January and almost February. Here it is. Almost 2 months of a straight up bull run. So we've got our retreat. You see this pattern here? You see this section here? This could also be what it's doing. It just consolidates. It just builds up inside here. Let's get this fib off. Yeah. See that pattern there? It could just repeat a structure like that up top here. You know, it doesn't have to be a ABC. It doesn't have to be 3 legs. Look how many it's done here. You know, and then it goes up there to spike out those 2 highs, those equal highs, and then bang, then she drops. So, let's see what's happening. But we're at the bottom of this structure that's busy developing. So, keep it simple. You buy low, you sell high. We're at this bottom of this structure. Let's see how she goes. Hours gone by, we had this retrace continuing to come back off this little impulse. We added 2 more contracts. These are full lots. So we built up on the position over here. As you can see, we've got our initial impulse. Now we've got an ABC pattern that's developed. We could be at the bottom of the C leg here. Remember, this is just 5-minute chart, so this thing isn't going to go to the moon. Alright, if it gets up to this area before it starts to react again, that'll be about it. So let's see how she develops going forward from here. Alright, about 4 hours, almost 5 hours have come and gone, and things have changed. This impulse over here retraced all the way back and actually broke the low. So it broke the bottom of the impulse, which happens sometimes. A correction can get bigger than the actual impulse itself. But anyway, so I loaded up some single contracts in this area here. I've taken a few of them out. Just left one in here to break even stop. We managed to get the half contract out that was up in this area now at tiny loss, almost break even. We got a little profit target over here because the chances are we get a pattern that looks like this. And that down correction and this impulse can end up looking like what we call a running flat. So I'll just take it out there and see what happens if it gets there. Some news coming out in a couple of minutes, in 2 minutes actually. Some news that affects the US dollar. It's actually the flash services PMI. So that'll come out in 2 minutes. It might bump this market all over the place. If it's strong news, then it could actually bring this market back down. You know, if it's good for the dollar, it could bring the equities down. The Nasdaq could come down again. So let's see what happens. This news announcement's going to come any minute now. That's the Purchasing Managers Index. Basically, it's going to estimate it at 47.3. If it comes in higher, that means that the economy is still hot, still running hot, and then the interest rate can get pumped up again, and which causes the equities to dump. So we'll see what that's. There we go. You see, news has come out, and she's reacting now. Yeah. Let's just have a look and see. Let's try and get the newsprint. I'm here on Forex Factory, which is, you need to be looking at this, an eye on the news. 50. It's coming at 50.5. Forecast at 47.3. So that means the economy, the US economy is still pumping. It's still running hot, which is not good for equities at this stage because it means interest rates can go up. So markets flashing around, up and down, whipsawing, which is what it usually does. But if there is buyers behind this NAS at the moment, it might push through, hit our target, and let's see. But that news was not, it was good for the dollar, not so great for equities. So this thing might still dump. I don't know if she's going to pump up. I think we just take this. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to maybe just close this trade, get it out of here. Okay, closed it. Let's just see what happens. We'll be back later. Alright, so there you go. Just a final recap. Just as I thought, the news pumped this down just as well. I took the trade out in some profit up there. You saw that, but there we go. That's you know, when the economy is hot, when the economy is running strong, it means that the Fed's going to be pushing this interest rate up higher, even higher than they expect, and that's not good for the equity market. So the Nasdaq took a dump. The Dow, S&P 500. It's good for the dollar. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, dollar went up slightly. This is the dollar index. Go to the 5 minutes. There's the reaction candle on the dollar index with the news announcement. Let's just check gold. Yeah, I got an order here at bottom. Didn't get that one. Alright, so that's it. Just a recap on the NAS trade. There she goes, you see? It's dumping. Alright, 15 minutes. Like I said, there's this pattern called a running flat. Let's minimize and then go to the 5 minute. It'll show you the shape. There it is. When it's running downhill with the trend, which this trend at the moment, the short-term trend is down. That's its shape. It gets a strong uphill pump, and then it gets a slow, dragged out retrace, and then another strong uphill pump. See that pattern? They call that a running flat. Boom. And then often with a running flat, what happens is it'll break the low of the running flat, and then it'll go up again. But I don't know. Let's see here. I got another zone marked out, that order block zone there, because maybe it's going to break through this structure here, this support, which could break through, and we still get at the end of the day off of this impulse, our A, FPC pattern, we can start buying again there. But for now, I'm going to stay out. So that's that. All right. So we made profits on this trade. Not much, but at least we making small gains. Wait for the next setup.